We've heard it all before. Millennials are a lazy generation. Is it true? Is there a way we can actually take advantage of this whole generation when it comes to real estate investing? There might be some great strategies here because let's be real, millennials do a lot of this.
Mahalo, could I get an Uno Organic Ristretto?
And they also look a little bit like this. So I don't feel too bad for them. So in this video, I'm gonna share how we can take advantage of this generation when it comes to investing in real estate. And P.S., I am also a millennial, so I can say the things I'm about to say in this video. What's up, fruitful investors? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about millennials and how we can take advantage of them when it comes to investing in real estate. I know it sounds very gross, but it is a reality. The tides are changing, and as entrepreneurs, we must shift when things change. And what's happening is a lot more people across the board are starting to rent more than ever because real estate is getting very expensive in North America. This is almost all across North America, but especially in my area, which is an hour radius of Toronto. I'll just talk about that area. Toronto, Canada, real estate is getting very expensive and a lot of people are moving to Canada for various reasons. It's a very safe economy. It's a very safe haven for immigrants. And because of that, it's driving the price of real estate way up for buying and renting, but especially for buying. So a lot of people are being forced to rent, which is great for who? Us as real estate investors. However, I'll be talking about mostly the millennials, which are really getting screwed. We're getting screwed the hardest of any generation. That is a fact. I can say that because I am a millennial, but that is no excuse. If you are smart enough, you can find a way around the tight market and how to make money. However, most millennials are having an impossible time to buy property because it's too expensive. Just the way the generations work out, they're not getting a lot of jobs because the baby boomers, mom and dad, are staying in their jobs way too long because they're living longer, right, nowadays. So we're getting the short end of the stick. We have no job. The jobs we do have are paying very low and real estate is increasing enormously. So millennials must rent. So why this is good for us is that the sooner we get into real estate, we know the trend that's coming, right? A lot of millennials are leaving college, university. They're starting to actually be adults finally at age 45. That was a lame joke, but they need a place to live. So let's give them a place to live. But the 5 reasons why this is gonna be great for us as real estate investors is number 1, millennials are staying in school longer than ever, right? Most millennials don't finish school until about 25, 30 years old by the time they get their master's degree, which means nothing. All right, I keep making millennial smash jokes. That's probably the last one, I think. But it is the reality. They're staying in school longer, so they need to rent throughout all of their 20s because they're not making enough income to actually have a good job. And when they do get out of college, university, they're just starting their career. So it's not gonna be until maybe they're 35, 40 before they actually have enough money to put a down payment on a property and actually own something when they're finished paying off their school debts, etc. So millennials are renting longer because they're staying in school way longer than any other generation. The second reason, as I already said, real estate is getting more and more expensive, so they're being forced to rent much longer and possibly even forever if they're living especially in a major city like Toronto, New York City, right, LA. It's almost impossible for a millennial or even most people to actually afford and buy a property. So they're being forced to rent much longer because real estate is getting way too expensive. So because of this, they really want to rent until they start thinking about having a family where they can set down roots, buy the nice home with the big yard and the white picket fence. But until then, they're likely going to rent, move around, travel different cities, live the millennial hippie lifestyle, which is fantastic, right? So they're renting a lot longer than our parents did or our previous generations. That's another great reason why we should really get into real estate and take advantage of the trends coming up. The 4th reason why millennials make great renters and will make great renters for years to come is that they're not getting paid as much as previous generations, right? Money's not going as far as it used to. Back when I was a kid, right, our parents could work one job. One parent could work one job. It could be at Canadian Tire or Tim Hortons, right? I'm not bashing on those type of jobs, but just like a basic service everyday job, those jobs could have supported a whole family back in the 1970s, 1980s, early 90s, right? Money went a lot farther. People got paid more, things costed less. The world is completely changing. You hear me talk about this all the time on this channel. The world of money and business is completely changing. People are getting paid less and less because they're becoming less valuable, especially as technologies change, the internet changes, right? The service industries are getting decimated, totally flipped upside down. And the way we get paid now is just way different. If you're not catching on, you probably heard me say it so many times on this channel, but you really want to get paid based on your value as opposed to hourly. So most people just work a job, they work 9 to 5, they get paid 8 hours a day, 25 bucks an hour, whatever. That is bullshit. If you're really trying to get ahead financially and live the life that you want, those days are over. Like, get with it, realize it, that you can't do that anymore. You must get paid based on your value as opposed to dollars per hour. However, the millennials still aren't getting it. They want to live like our parents did. They want to go to school, get good grades, get a good job. And when they come out and they don't get a good job or a good hourly rate, they say, screw this, I'm not working for you. I'm just gonna wait until I get my $50 an hour job like our parents told us to do. Too bad, the economy changed, a lot of things are changing and people aren't catching on. So millennials are making less money. Money isn't going as far as it used to, thus they probably have to rent much longer, possibly forever. I don't wanna sound like I'm being like a mad scientist, like, oh, this is plotting against millennials, but it is a reality. If you're smart enough to realize the game that's been played on you, right? Learn to play the game, which is compounding growth, real estate, right? Buy good properties in good areas that will appreciate. They're boring. They'll attract good tenants all the time. Those tenants will pay rent, right? Working millennials are one of the best tenants. I have a lot of them. They're great tenants. They really want to be career focused. They're driven. They're just getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the way the world is changing and the way we make money. So unfortunately, they have to rent longer because they're not making as much money. The fifth and final reason, which is a little controversial, I know I said I was done bashing the millennials, but I have to do it one more time. Millennials are lazy as shit. I can say that with confidence because I'm also a millennial. I have a lot of millennial friends. I work with a lot of millennials. I can see generally across the board, they're lazy as shit, especially the younger millennials. Talking about 19, 18 years old at the time of this video. Holy crap. What a lazy generation. They don't have, a lot of them don't have the ambition to actually be something and actually become whatever they want. So they're just gonna do the thing. They're just gonna do the hamster wheel, do the 9 to 5. They'll just rent the property and they'll have fun on Friday and Saturday night and go party, right? Not all that different from other generations, right? Almost everybody's actually like that. But the millennials specifically are a whole extra level of lazy, from what I've noticed and what a lot of people have noticed as well. That's not to say everybody's like that, but a general sweep across a generation is kind of true. It's a pretty lazy generation. So because of that, they're not gonna leave the rental property for a long time. So if we buy a good property in a good area, you're gonna be golden, right? So invest in real estate. How many times do I have to say that? Invest in real estate, okay? So to wrap this video up, how do we exactly take advantage? I've already said it like 10 times, but let's do it one more time. Number one, provide quality real estate in a quality area that will always attract a quality tenant. It's a very simple formula. I should write this formula like Albert Einstein. Quality property, quality area, quality tenants equals a quality life. Was that a good formula? I don't know, I thought so. Number two way to take advantage is buy in a cool area, right? Millennials want to be cool. Right? That's the whole generation thing. We want to live downtown. We want to go partying. We want to go see shows. So if you're buying in a cool, hip area, you're going to be golden as well. Again, quality area, quality tenants. And number three, a lot of millennials as well really want to buy a house with a yard, right? We grew up in a house with a yard. That's what our parents provided us. The millennials also really want that. A lot of them can't afford it, but if you can provide it, a nice house with a good yard in a safe neighborhood, right? People are still having families. So let's attract those families who want to set down their roots, stay in a nice, safe neighborhood. This is the bread and butter of my real estate portfolio, right? You hear Grant Cardone, for example, say, don't buy single family properties, always buy giant buildings, right? Complexes, right? I love those too, but single family real estate has made me rich by far and passively rich because single family properties are so passive and easy and boring. If you wanna live on the beach, relax, travel the world whenever you want, do whatever you wanna do without thinking about your real estate properties, buy single family properties with a yard, in a nice safe area. You will always attract a great quality tenant who's gonna pay your rent. So that's the video. I hope you learned something. If you liked it, please click like right below. It goes a long way to helping these videos get more views so I can help more people like you live an awesome life, hopefully through real estate investing. I'll see you in the next video.